His report details the scientific rationale and practical formulation of a high-fat grain and seed mixture designed for elite long-distance racing pigeons, Columba livia domestica. It addresses the critical 3 to 5 day pre-basketing period where nutritional strategy shifts from maintenance to intensive energy loading. The primary objective is to maximize the storage of high-density energy in the form of lipids, which serve as the primary fuel source for sustained endurance flight. This document provides a detailed component analysis of optimal grains, their specific metabolic contributions, and a precise 1 kilogram formulation designed to enhance stamina, delay muscle fatigue, and improve race day performance. We will delve into the physiological mechanisms, including the pivotal glycogen-sparing effect that underpin the efficacy of this advanced feeding protocol. 1.0 Introduction: The energetic demands of long-distance avian athletes. The world of long-distance pigeon racing, with events frequently exceeding 500, 600, and even 700 miles, presents an extraordinary physiological challenge. The metabolic output required to sustain flight for 8, 12, or even 15 hours is immense, placing the racing pigeon among the most elite endurance athletes in the animal kingdom. While a standard racing diet, balanced in carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, is sufficient for maintenance, training, and shorter races, it is fundamentally inadequate for the extreme demands of long-distance competition. The final days leading up to basketing for a long-distance event are not a time for rest, but for a highly specialized form of metabolic conditioning. The aim is to transition the bird's primary accessible fuel source from carbohydrates, glycogen, to lipids, fats. This strategic nutritional manipulation is arguably one of the most critical factors separating consistent champions from the rest of the convoy. This report will provide the scientific foundation and a practical, repeatable formula for achieving this metabolic advantage. 2.0 The physiological paradigm: carbohydrates versus lipids for endurance flight. To appreciate the necessity of a high-fat finishing diet, one must first understand the avian energy systems during prolonged exertion. 2.1 The limitations of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are the primary fuel for initial high-intensity efforts. They are stored in the muscles and liver as glycogen. At the start of a race, particularly during the initial climb and orientation, the pigeon's body heavily relies on these glycogen stores. However, these stores are finite and rapidly depleted. Studies have shown significant exhaustion of glycogen reserves after just a few hours of flight. Once glycogen levels fall, the bird must rely on other fuel sources. If insufficient alternatives are available, it will begin to catabolize protein from muscle tissue, leading to a loss of power, a dramatic decrease in speed, and a long, arduous recovery period upon return, if the bird returns at all. 2.2 The supremacy of lipids as an endurance fuel. Fat is the undisputed king of endurance fuel. Gram for gram, lipids provide more than double the energy of carbohydrates, approximately 9 kilocalories per gram for fat versus 4 kilocalories per gram for carbohydrates. Migratory birds, the ultimate endurance flyers, are physiologically specialized to accumulate and oxidize fatty acids at exceptionally high rates to sustain flight for days. By strategically increasing the fat content of the diet in the days immediately preceding a race, we encourage the pigeon to deposit this energy-dense fuel. These lipids are stored not only in adipose tissue, but also as intramuscular fat droplets within the red muscle fibers of the pectoral muscles, the primary engine of flight. 2.3 The glycogen sparing effect. This is the cornerstone of the high-fat loading strategy. When the pigeon's metabolism is primed to burn fat, it preferentially utilizes lipids for energy during the majority of the flight. This spares the limited and vital muscle glycogen stores. This preserved glycogen can then be called upon for critical moments of high energy expenditure, such as navigating difficult weather, breaking away from the flock, or powering through the final, grueling miles to the home loft. Fanciers who master this technique send birds to the race with, metaphorically, 2 fuel tanks instead of 1. 3.0 Component analysis of an optimal high-fat finishing mixture. Not all fats are created equal. The selection of grains and seeds for this finishing mix is deliberate based on their fat content, fatty acid profile, palatability, and digestibility. The following grains are considered optimal for inclusion. 3.1. Hemp seed, Cannabis sativa. Nutritional profile. A powerhouse of nutrition. Hemp seed contains approximately 30 to 35% fat, 25 to 30% protein, and is rich in essential fatty acids. It boasts a near-perfect ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids, which is crucial. Physiological rationale. Beyond its high energy value, the balanced omega profile has potent anti-inflammatory effects. This helps prepare the muscles for the impending exertion and can aid in post-race recovery. The high levels of all 9 essential amino acids also support muscle integrity. Hemp seed is highly palatable and is known to increase the body temperature slightly, a state fanciers refer to as hotting up, indicating a heightened metabolic state. 3.2. Safflower seed, Carthamus tinctorius. Nutritional profile. Comprising roughly 35 to 40% fat, 16 to 18% protein, and 25 to 30% carbohydrates. Physiological rationale. Safflower is a cornerstone of many fat-loading mixtures. Its high percentage of oleic and linoleic acids makes it an excellent source of sustained energy. It is highly sought after by pigeons, and its inclusion encourages the consumption of the entire mix. The combination of safflower with peanuts is considered a powerhouse blend by many top flyers. 3.3. Black sunflower seeds, Helianthus annuus. Nutritional profile. Black oil sunflower seeds are preferred over striped varieties due to a higher oil content, around 28 to 42%, and thinner shells. Physiological rationale. An excellent and cost-effective source of high-energy lipids and vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that helps protect cells from the oxidative stress generated during intense metabolic activity. While some fanciers use sunflower hearts to reduce waste, the full seed provides additional fiber and other nutrients. 3.4. Peanuts, Arachis hypogea. Nutritional profile. The undisputed champion of fat content. Raw skin-on peanuts can have up to 47% fat and 30% protein. Physiological rationale. Peanuts provide more than double the energy value of carbohydrates like corn or peas. They are a first-class fuel for the racing engine. Feeding raw, skin-on Spanish peanuts is often preferred due to their uniform size and high nutritional value. They are also digested relatively quickly and require less water in the crop compared to hard grains, which is an advantage in the confines of a transporter. 3.5. Linseed, flaxseed. Nutritional profile. Exceptionally high in omega-3 fatty acids, specifically alpha-linolenic acid, with a fat content of 35 to 40%. Physiological rationale. The primary role of linseed is to improve the overall fatty acid profile of the diet. Omega-3s are crucial for cardiovascular health, membrane fluidity, and have anti-inflammatory properties. This contributes to both endurance and recovery. Linseed oil can be used to bind supplements to the feed, but the whole seed provides fiber and other nutrients. 3.6. Rapeseed, canola. Nutritional profile. Another oil-rich seed containing approximately 43% fat. Physiological rationale. Black rapeseed is a small, highly palatable seed that adds to the overall lipid diversity of the mix. Its inclusion ensures a broader spectrum of fatty acids is available for the bird's metabolism. 4.0. Formulation and practical application of a 1 kilogram high-fat concentrate. This mixture is not intended to be a complete diet. It is a concentrate to be added to the pigeon's regular feed or fed as a separate treat in the final days before a long-distance race. 4.2. Feeding Protocol, 3 to 5 days pre-basketing. Day 5 and 4 pre-race. Introduce the endurance fuel mix as 25 to 30% of the daily ration. The remaining 70 to 75% should be their standard high-carbohydrate racing mix. Day 3 and 2 pre-race, increase the endurance fuel portion to 50 to 60% of the daily ration. The pigeon should be visibly eager for these fatty seeds. Day of basketing, day 1, the morning meal should be light. In the afternoon, several hours before basketing to allow for drinking, provide a final feed that is 75 to 80% endurance fuel. Some fanciers will go as far as to offer peanuts ad libitum for this final meal. Crucial note, throughout this period, fresh, clean water is paramount. The metabolism of fat requires adequate hydration.
Oxidative stress. The high rate of fat metabolism generates free radicals, leading to oxidative stress. The inclusion of vitamin E-rich seeds like sunflower helps, but many advanced fanciers will supplement with additional antioxidants during this period to protect cellular health. 6.0. Conclusion. The strategic implementation of a high-fat, high-energy grain and seed mixture in the final 3 to 5 days prior to a long-distance race is a scientifically backed method for maximizing endurance. By shifting the pigeon's metabolic preference from carbohydrates to lipids, we achieve the critical glycogen sparing effect, which translates to greater stamina, higher sustained speed, and a more robust finish. The provided 1 kilogram endurance fuel formulation is a balanced, potent, and effective tool for the serious fancier. This nutritional protocol is not merely about feeding. It is a sophisticated form of physiological conditioning that arms the avian athlete with the metabolic resources required to conquer the most demanding challenges of long-distance flight. Mastery of this technique is a hallmark of a top-tier racing loft.
Get my main racing system, just email me direct. I'm an experienced ex-pigeon racer from England, and I can offer valuable insights and guidance on all aspects of pigeon racing, from breeding to racing. During my racing days, I managed a small team of no more than 70 pigeons, including stock, young birds, and old birds. It was not uncommon for me to send as few as 6 birds to a race and still secure the top 3 positions out of up to 2,500 pigeons in my club and federation. My race distances typically ranged up to 300 miles, and I consistently achieved top 5 placements in my club. My expertise extends to the art of selecting excellent breeders, including evaluating pigeons based on their eye sign characteristics. I firmly believe that true champions can only be bred from top quality stock, and I can guide you in identifying and acquiring such pigeons. I understand that many pigeons for sale are advertised based on their lineage or pedigree, but I emphasize the importance of assessing the bird itself rather than relying solely on paperwork. As part of my offer, I invite you to share photos of your pigeons, including their eye sign and wing characteristics. I'll provide you with free advice on racing and breeding based on my extensive experience and knowledge. Additionally, I will share auction links to high-quality breeding birds that have the potential to produce winners in your loft. Here's what you can expect to receive from me. A comprehensive Word document containing valuable insights and strategies for successful pigeon racing, including specific racing methods for both old and young birds, as well as general advice. Private YouTube videos sent to your email, covering various aspects of pigeon racing, from breeding to race preparation. Detailed recommendations on supplements and additives to add to your pigeon's drinking water, with scientific evidence supporting their effectiveness. Similar products are used by professional athletes and racehorses to enhance performance. Assurance that your pigeons will race home faster, provided that you have quality birds to begin with.